Hi everyone! Guess what time it is? It's story time! And today I'm going to read you the story of Hansel and Gretel. This story was adapted by Loesch and illustrated by Menck. Once upon a time, there was a boy and a girl named Hansel and Gretel. They lived with their father, a poor woodcutter, in a little house beside a forest. Often the family went to bed hungry because there was not enough food to eat. One day, the woodcutter took his children into the forest. Hansel and Gretel laughed and played so hard that they wandered from their father and were soon lost. Their father looked for them the rest of that day. Well, fortunately, Hansel had many of his favorite pebbles with him, and they had fallen to the ground one by one from the holes in his pockets. The children followed the path of the shiny pebbles by moonlight back to their home. Oh, their father was very happy to see them, but warned Hansel and Gretel to stay close to home and not to wander away. A week later, the children went to play in the forest again. They did not heed their father's warning and wandered far from home, leaving a trail of breadcrumbs behind them to follow back home. But the breadcrumbs were eaten by the birds in the forest. So Hansel and Gretel realized that they were lost. No, yes they were. Should have listened to their father. The children became tired and very hungry as they roamed through the forest. Suddenly, there through the trees, they saw a strange little house made of cake and candy. Doesn't that look yummy? They ran to the house and began eating from it furiously. Oh, the cake shingles and candy shutters, the windows were made of sugar, and the flowers were lollipops. As they started to take a bite from the chocolate door, it opened. Out stepped an old woman with a wart on her nose. "Who's eating my house?" she said. The children were startled at first, but the old lady seemed very kind. Hansel and Gretel apologized for eating from her house. "We haven't eaten in such a long time," they said. The old lady took them in and fed them some good, wholesome food. "This will fatten you up," she said slyly. "Look at all of that food." It wasn't long before the old lady's kind spirit wore off. She snarled and ordered the children to work from morning until night. She had Gretel scrubbing the floors and cleaning the oven. Hansel had to repair a broken table and gather heavy wood for the stove. "Only a witch would act this way," Gretel told Hansel. Still, the witch fed them well. Hansel and Gretel even gained a little weight. One night, as the witch stoked the coals in her oven, Gretel heard her cackle. Tonight, I'll have Hansel and Gretel for dinner. At that, Gretel sneaked behind the witch and pushed her into the oven. The witch was destroyed by the flames of the oven, which became so hot that the house caught on fire. As Hansel and Gretel ran to the door, they came across a chest full of gems and coins of gold. They gathered as much as they could into the potato sacks, and they fled from the house. They ran, and they couldn't run any further. They just kept running and running. Oh, my goodness. Gotta get away from that fire. Oh, my goodness. They sat beneath a tree to catch their breath. And suddenly, they heard a voice call out, "Hansel! Gretel!" It was their father, who had been searching for them since the day they were lost. They ran to their father's loving embrace. "Look, Father!" Hansel exclaimed, opening the sack. "More gold than we'd ever dream of! We'll never be poor or hungry again!" Look at all of that gold and coins. Wow! Well, from that day on, Hansel and Gretel lived happily ever after with their father in the little house beside the forest. And they never wandered off again. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story of Hansel and Gretel and learned a lesson to never wander off by yourself. Always stay near your parents. Oh my, I see some sleepy eyes. Are you tired? It looks like it. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Close your eyes. Until next time. Bing bong!